Greetings, fellow YouTubers. This is an RIP stream for John Kennedy, who is the bassist or former bassist for Cradle of Filth. He died at 46. Devil Speed, my man. Rest in peace. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna try to buzz. Bleh, fuck. I was gonna bust out a shriek for him, but my shriek's not on par at the moment. Before we do anything, yeah, I want to drink some beer for him. Pour some on the chair for him. Cradle of Filth is one of my favorite bands next to Black Sabbath and Ozzy Osbourne, so of course I'm going to pay tribute. Godspeed and rest in peace to John Kennedy, the former bassist of Cradle of Filth. Cheers. Okay, that was a little raspy. Fuck. Hold on, we'll get a proper shriek out as soon as my yeah. I'm not trying to butcher Danny Filth's shriek on purpose. It's just you have those days where but no, you see a thing where it's like you try to do it and then it just doesn't want to work. I don't have comments turned on for chat, so we can focus on the memory of John Kennedy, former bassist of Cradle of Filth, dead at 46. That sucks. I'm definitely a Cradle of Filth fan. I got the logo right there on my bicep. Fuck sickos. So rest in peace to John Kennedy, former bassist of Cradle of Filth. 46 years old, he died. That's kind of fucking sad, man. He had his whole life ahead of him. He could have easily lived another 46 years. Well, life is precious, man. Don't take it for granted. You might have your bad days and your good days, but you got to live for the good days. You know what I'm saying? There we go. We got one decent one out. Danny Field fondly remembers John Kennedy picking mushrooms in their local football field, but for us uh, United States people, that's basically soccer. But yeah, I want to go on live real quick and pay my respects without chat on, because my trolls would spam the chat with hate and fucked up comments. I'm not gonna cry on stream if I can help it. But it's always sad when a fellow musician goes. You know what I'm saying? The mead is looking delicious on a more less somber subject. I'll be straining the mead in like 2 days. Excuse me. No disrespect to the recently deceased, but that's good beer. So my condolences go, of course, to Danny Filth and, of course, to John Kennedy and his closest friends and family. Major condolences, dude. It's always sad to lose a fellow musician like that. I don't know how much time I have left on this planet. And quite frankly, I don't spend all day worrying about it. I just make the best of every day that I have. It's all you can do, YouTube. No, I'm not gonna try to shriek anymore right now. I'm gonna save that for when I work on my vocal layers for my next song. But yeah, there was a former bassist of Cradle of Filth by the name of John Kennedy, Jon, and he passed away at 46. That's really fucking sad, mate. He had his whole fucking life ahead of him. His whole fucking life, dude. He could have easily lived another 46 years, but that's life. Mm, excuse me. He was a part of one of the original lineups back in like 1994. That's something to think about. I was 4 years old when John Kennedy was playing for Cradle of Filth. So the band's like literally almost 33 years old, and yeah. So fellow Cradle of Filth fans, let us raise a toast. Beer, mead, wine, vodka, joints, drugs, whatever you got on hand, as you pay tribute to John Kennedy, former bassist of Cradle of Filth, dead at 46. I started listening to Cradle of Filth when I was in junior high. You know, I was looking up ghost videos on Google Videos, and then I stumbled across Her Ghost in the Fog. And I started listening to it. My parents fucking hated the way it sounded. So naturally, that made me want to listen to Cradle of Filth even more. And to this day, I'm still a huge fan. And I got to see Cradle of Filth in concert very recently. In fact, it was a couple months back. And it was honestly one of the best birthday presents I've ever received. If you ever get a chance to see Cradle of Filth live, it is so worth it. Although I'll admit my shriek was about worn out by the end of the concert because I was spending all night showing off for Cradle of Filth fans everywhere. Well, I got to shriek alongside Danny at the concert, which I thought was pretty cool. I shouted things like Prince Andrew is a nasty wanker and God save the Queen. But that's neither here nor there. But it always sucks when a former Cradle of Filth bandmate passes away. Yeah, I hope the current lineup and remaining members don't, or former members, remaining former members don't go for a long time. Not going to be a very long stream, mind you, just because I got to work on my music yet. But I wanted to stop, have a couple beers for him. We're gonna bust out the fancy Alex Vicknair glass for the occasion. Well, when you have the kind of impact that Cradle of Filth has on the world, you know you're doing something right. And someday I'll be as famous as Danny Filth and Ozzy Osbourne. Just give it time and keep grinding away and doing what I'm doing. And for that matter, I hope those two live a long life. I don't want to think about it. Knock on glass to save their ass. I want to pour some out again for John Kennedy and Devil Speed, good sir. You know, may Lucifer welcome you home in warm and embracing arms and wings. Okay, that one was decent. That one was decent. We're not here to do a Danny Phil shriek off now. It just seems a bit inappropriate. I don't know how else to pay tribute to a fallen former Cradle of Filth band member, but there you go. We lost that in the last couple of years. We've lost two former Cradle of Filth band members in the last couple of years. Like I think what was it like? Yeah, in the last couple of 2 years, we've lost two former Cradle of Filth band members, and they were in their 40s, and it's like bloody hell. Like Danny Filth is like 4 or 5 years younger than my dad, and that's really something to think about. I think it's cool to be honest. I don't let my idols Danny Filth and Ozzy Osbourne getting older affect me. I just think it's awesome that they're still kicking and doing their thing. Ozzy Osbourne is practically old enough to be my grandfather, and I'm cool with that. It's like aging a fine mead, you get better with age. Honestly, I don't know how long I'm gonna last on this planet, given my shitty diets, my drinking, my smoking, and what have you, but I don't care how long I last as long as I enjoy what I'm doing. And that's what life is all about, YouTube. And you got to think all the haters who were talking shit on Cradle of Filth when they first came out, like, you'll never be something. And then Danny Filth's like, wanna bet. But no, rest in peace, John Kennedy. It sucks when we lose a fellow heavy metal artist. Yeah. I'm not trying to spurg out, but if you ever get to see Cradle of Filth live in concert, I would highly recommend it. It's a good night to wear my tactical soap, I tell you what. I had my Bond #1 on. I'm sure he would have been an amazing bassist to see live. You know what I'm saying? I hope the remaining members of Cradle of Filth also live a long life. You know, it's sad when you see people who don't deserve it to go. That's what kind of kills me about life anymore is the people who are genuinely good people, you know. Only the good die young, as they say. And if you're only 40, 46, dude, you're still young, you know. Age is only a state of mind. And the cool thing about Ozzy Osbourne, you hear it in recent interviews, he still feels like that 18-year-old punk kid rocking out for Black Sabbath, you know. You gotta remain young at heart and just keep doing your thing, you know. That's what life's all about. I'm gonna keep going for as long as I fucking can and keep going for you cool cobras. Despite all the haters texting me nonstop to off myself. Because that's the kind of crap I deal with on a regular basis. I have trolls who will text me from burner numbers telling me to do horrible things and calling me horrible things and telling me to off myself. And I'm like, I flat out refuse. I flat out fucking refuse. I fucking hate suicide. It's not worth it, man. So we're gonna drink some suicide solution here, because there's a solution to suicide. It's called don't do it and have a beer. You know what I'm saying? It's like how fucking miserable do my YouTube trolls gotta be to be like, I know Cobra is super autistic, so I'm gonna. I had a couple of Bush Peach Lights earlier, like later on last night before going to bed, because I was watching this shoe on head video that I might do a response to. And then again, I might not, because I'm so sick and tired of talking about gender relations on my channel. It doesn't seem to be getting any better. It just seems to be getting worse. But that's not for this video. I'll save that for the other video. I'm looking forward to trying my strawberry banana mead. I'm sure that's going to be just delicious. I'll strain the fruit out of it on the 30th. I could strain the fruit out of it today, but I want to give it a couple of, like 2 extra days, just to make sure that that strawberry banana really hammers home, you know? I'll be sure to have a glass of it for John Kennedy when I'm done fermenting it and aging it. And I want to say to my YouTube fans, thank you for your continuous support of the Cobra channel. And thank you for joining me on this rather sad rest in peace stream for John Kennedy, who's a former bassist for Cradle of Filth. Someone sent me the news and I was just like, bullshit. And then, of course, I looked it up and I was like, well, about a day ago it happened. It is what it is, YouTube. I'm going to grab another can. Halloween is fast approaching, and we mourn the loss of a fallen former Cradle of Filth bassist by the name of John Kennedy. I believe that's how you say his last name. I don't want to butcher it on purpose if I can help it. 664 views. Let's get two more views in. And then it jumped to 670. Yeah. But honestly, it's not about the views on this goddamn stream. We're paying tribute to a fallen musician. And, that's the thing of it. You don't realize what your life holds in store. If you have a dream, realize it. And the world says you're not good enough to achieve that dream, you push harder and make something out of it. Let's have ourselves a wee bit of a drink in the stream, huh? Pay ourselves some tribute. 1 second. It's a cheap American beer, so I do apologize if it's not the fanciest. You know, being as he was a former member of Cradle of Filth, I'd love to toast him off with some Jack Daniels, but right now that's not in my budget, so we'll just sip on we'll sip on what we got, and I'm grateful for what I got. I got two more songs for my new album, and I've been dicking around in September. I need to get on it and get it done, but I will. I'm not worried about that. But we're not here to talk about my goddamn music because that's not important. Danny Filth remembers fondly picking magic mushrooms with Todd Kennedy and watching movies with him, which included one of my favorite Disney movies growing up, Aladdin. Of course, my favorite character in Aladdin is Jafar. The Cobra staff is just classic. Let's see how snake like I can be. Spurg. No, but on all seriousness, though, magic mushrooms are quite fun, but you gotta be careful with them, man. You don't know how potent some of them are. Yeah, magic mushrooms can be fun, but you gotta be careful because some of them are a lot more potent than others. You think the trip's over, and then you start seeing spiders and shit crawling everywhere, and you're like, well, I'm cool with spiders, but where the fuck are these bastards coming from? And then you like do one of these numbers, and you're like, dude, these are some good boomers. But yeah, YouTube. It's a beautiful Thursday afternoon. The sun is out. We're approaching the end of September, rocking into October. And even though the weather outside in Casper, Wyoming right now is beautiful, sunny, and it's a cloudless sort of day, it's one of those things you tend to appreciate. the warm sunny days, when you're feeling depressed and down and fucking just miserable about everything. You look outside and you got this beautiful weather. The trees are starting to change colors. You know, it's one of those magical times about fall, is that or autumn, as they would say, is the leaves change colors. People, it gets a little bit more chilly, people, and you know what I'm saying? Apple ciders, campfires, pumpkin spice lattes are a huge thing in the States. Which for the life of me, I mean, I do like pumpkin pie, but like I don't understand the whole pumpkin spice craze. I've tried it; it's all right, but that's neither here nor there. So this is a drinking stream. Just kind of hang out, drink with you for a bit. Oh, one second. Excuse me. He's one with the spirits now, mates. I feel like you want to call me crazy, but like, how do you think like dead people and ghosts eat? Here's a little thinker for you. I think that whenever human beings eat food or consume drink, then once it's been consumed and all of that, that food and drink becomes available on the other side. So that when the spirits sees their loved ones or their fans or friends or family drinking it, and they say to themselves, I want whatever they're having. And as soon as in the alive world it's consumed, it becomes available to the deceased, i.e., ghost food. And that's some sort of comfort, I guess, if you want to think about it. Like maybe you're, what I'm saying, maybe you have like a great great grandmother that just passed away, kind of thing, you know, and you made her homemade pie from scratch, and it wasn't quite as good as the way she made it, but it turned out all right. And she's watching you make it from the other side, and she's going, that sounds kind of good. I want a slice of that. And then boom, it just materializes. That's just sort of the comfort of the afterlife, if you will. Some solace in that, I guess. I call it ghost food. And that's all like ghosts are able to eat and shit. So you can take comfort in that with what you will, but that's what I believe. That some things are worth the wait, man. You shouldn't rush death. And death is just like falling asleep, really. It doesn't hurt unless you're in a painful accident. And even then, the pain's only temporary. Death is just like falling asleep. When you go to sleep at night, that's just pre death. Like your body's training you for it. A lot of people have this weird fascination with death and the afterlife. And, well, as long as it doesn't cross the line, no harm in having a fascination with the macabre, as long as it doesn't cross the line. Fuck sickos. I'm out to play a fucking song right now. Hammer Falls in Memoriam. It's a beautiful fucking song, and I feel like playing it. I would play a Cradle of Filth song, but I feel like that's predictable, you know. And I'm gonna love the band Cradle of Filth to the day I die. That's just the loyalty. You know what I'm saying? I got the band logo tattooed above my Cobra gram, so that's just what it is. One second. One second, YouTube. I don't know how long I have left, and quite frankly, I don't give a shit. I just live my life the way I want to live it. And you have good morals and live your life to the fullest. You know, that's all you can do. Ads are Cayenne from Porsche. It would have been like really shitty if you didn't do it. Yeah, I'm like, play that fucking song at my wake, to be honest. Oh, dude, such a powerful song. Oh, fuck me. I'm sorry, YouTube. I had to play it. That was. Oh. So, a moment of silence for Mr. John Kennedy, former bassist of Cradle of Filth, who died at 46. He's up there with, you know, or with Bob Barker and Popcorn Sutton and, you know, Betty White and Jessica Fletcher. The truth of it is, YouTube, we don't know how long we have in life. So all we can do is make the best of it. A fellow musician has passed away, YouTube. John Kennedy, former bassist for Cradle of Filth. And it is a truly sad occasion, but I don't know what his cause of death was, but if it was something like life altering and like made his life difficult, then he's no longer in pain, kind of thing. That's really tasty beer, even though it's cheap. Bush Light Peach. A couple cans of this will do it. I've made a solid effort to cut down on my drinking. Oh, excuse me. And as a result, I get a little buzzed quicker. I get buzzed quicker. So there are fucking benefits to cutting down on your drinking other than your health. It's cheaper and it gets you buzzed quicker. Uh, Excuse me. You know, my fucking YouTube trolls have hired Danny Filth to do cameo shout outs to make fun of me in the past, and it hasn't worked. I'm like, you paid Danny Filth money to give me a shout out, and you think somehow that's trolling because, the shit they like, Courtney said to like brush your teeth, boy, got it? When Danny Phil said that shit, I was just laughing my ass off because I'm like, one, Courtney Knight doesn't give a shit if I brush my teeth or not. And two, it's like, how is that trolling? You paid one of, I seriously hope Danny Filth and Ozzy Osbourne don't go for a long time. That would fucking just, that would kind of take the piss out of it, wouldn't it? I'd be like, fuck that. Fuck that. Danny Filth and Ozzy Osbourne are not going anywhere for a long time. I mean, that's the thing of it, when you see people associated within social circles, you tend to worry about, you know. Speaking of magic mushrooms, I had some over the weekend and yeah, they were pretty good. I was perfectly fine. I didn't hurt anybody, you know, but they were potent little bastards, I'll tell you that. I have several friends that I do not discuss on YouTube because when I discussed certain friends on YouTube, people would like fuck with me on it, and it's like, well, forget that. You want my personal opinion? I think magic mushrooms should be legal. They're great for relieving depression, and you wash it down with some like you take a handful of magic mushrooms, wash it down with some orange juice, and then give it about 30 minutes and see what happens. And it's just one of those things where if I'm tripping on psychedelics and I'm at a friend's house and they don't want to be on camera, I'm just like, well, you know, stay off of YouTube. But then as soon as I got back to my place and fucking calmed down a bit from the mushroom high, I was like, okay, let's. And of course, that was over the weekend. Not that it matters. And like psychedelic magic mushrooms are fun, but you got to be responsible with it. You know what I'm saying? You want to be in an excellent, happy mood before you do mushrooms. Needless to say, I did trip balls on some good shrooms over the weekend, and I was thoroughly pleased with the results. They were definitely top quality. You know what I'm saying? One of your buddies is just like, "Hey, Josh, you want to come over and have some fun?" I'm over here like, "Yeah, what kind of fun?" And it's like, "You'll just have to come over and find out." I'm like, "Wow." And that's the thing of it, YouTube, is I don't go out of my fucking way to fuck with people or harass them. I really don't. I just do my thing. I don't go out of my fucking way to harass people. I just do my thing. It's about 67, maybe 68 degrees outside. Hold on. Temperature check. You. I was 1 degree off. It's currently 66 degrees outside. It's a cool early autumn afternoon. Magnificent, YouTube. But we're gonna drink the rest of this here real quick. And we're gonna end the stream. I'll catch you later, tubes.